We are back on the air in the bottom of the fourth with 2 out. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll get you caught up on all the action in the bottom of the fourth. Anthony Paratano grounded out to the pitcher 1-3 on an 0-1 pitch. Then Smith struck out on 3 pitches. The count now 1-2 after a couple of fouls to Jack Sweeney. And it's now 2-2 in the dirt. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties and the inconvenience. But we are back on the air in the bottom of the fourth, a 2-0 game in favor of the Dragons. R.J. Ensel still on the mound for his 4th inning. Bases are empty, and there's 2 gone. And the 2-2 to Sweeney. And he takes it in the dirt. The count fills up 3-2. So after Paratano and Smith are retired, Sweeney at the plate, R.J. Tomei is on deck. The full count pitch is rattled and scooped up at third base. Tyler Worth zips the throw over to first base in time, and the Blue Sox go in order in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2-3. Stay with us. We return to action in the top of the fifth. New pitcher for the Blue Sox. It is Johnny Amato. He made the start the last time these two teams faced off. He went 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Struck out 4, but walked 4. So a solid start for Amato is last time against the Dragons. And now here comes Shane Hoover to lead it off for Glens Falls, up 2-0, 10, 1, and 2. Again, we had some technical difficulties in the last half inning. Recapping it for you again, the Blue Sox went 1-2-3 in the fourth. Anthony Paratano grounded out on 2 pitches to R.J. Ensel on the mound. Then Xavier Smith struck out on 3 pitches, and then Jack Sweeney grounded out to third. So the score 2-0 through 4. And the Dragons want to add on here. First pitch is a little bit outside, ball 1 to Hoover. Brene Vega's on deck. He's walked twice and scored a run. Then it'll be Ploppert to follow him. Here comes the 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. It's a little bit cooler out than it was at first pitch. At least it feels that way with the sun setting. There it's now 2-1 and a fastball into the other batter's box. So as the sun is setting, a little bit more of a pleasant day than the blasting sun waves, the heat we got on us earlier in the game. Here in late June, it's only going to get hotter as we approach July. Here in Utica, New York. 2-1 pitch. is blocked low by Madison. The count's 3-1. Glens Falls got a leadoff single for Robinson and then used base running and sacrifice plays to get a run on the board. Now the 3-1 to Hoover is low for ball 4. And that is a 5-pitch walk to Shane Hoover. That's the 5th walk issued by Blue Sox pitchers today. Here comes Rene Vega. He has 2 of those. So the Dragons getting runs on the board any way they can. Just 2 overall hits for Glens Falls. That aforementioned Robinson single to lead off the 4th, and then the double for Ploppert in the 3rd. He was stranded on base at 3rd by Mikey First, though. First pitch is inside from Amato. Ball 1 to Vega. Keep in mind, Amato did walk 4 in his last start against Glens Falls. So the patience is there for the Dragons against this hurler. See if it keeps up. Or if Amato can find the strike zone on this 1-0. He does. That's strike 1. Pumped in the heat. And the count evens up. It's important for the Blue Sox to keep this game 2-0 so they can start a comeback surge. Currently shut out through 4 innings. They'll have 6, 7, and 8 coming up against Ensel and the Dragons defense. But now here in the top of the 5th, 1 on and none out. The 1-1 pitch is slash foul behind home. 1-2.
Foul ball.
Third pitcher for the Blue Sox, Doug Dillette, dipping into his bullpen twice already. After the starter Trevor Bailey was pulled for Mikey First, here's Amato in a 1-2 count. Throw it to first. Just late. Valiant attempt. Tagged by Johnston, just a hair tardy. Vega in the batter's box waiting for a 1-2 pitch. And it is popped up foul to the left side. And it flies over the left field grandstands. So we'll do another 1-2. Amato on the rubber set. Another 1-2. Just high, 2-2. Ploppert on deck, Vega at the plate, and Hoover on base at first. Throw over to first. Another one close but late. Shane Hoover's really getting tested at first base. Hoover yet to steal on the year, but Amato's checked up on him a couple times. 2-2 pitch. Lifted to left field. McCartney with an easy play. He makes the catch for out number 1. Important first out for Amato in this 5th inning. So after the F7, it's Jack Ploppert. He is 1 for 2. Strikeout looking in the first, and then he doubled in the 3rd, part of the run-scoring frame for the Dragons. They've scored 2 runs, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. 2 hits for them, just 1 for the Blue Sox. Both teams have committed an error. Another pickoff attempt towards first. Another one close, but also not successful. Jack Ploppert at the plate. Takes the first pitch fastball high. Near his shoulders, ball 1. Blue Sox trying to win 3 out of 4 tonight and climb the standings into the 4th position in the East, which at the end of the day is the final playoff spot. Count 1-0 with 1 on and 1 away. And that pitch drifts too deep near the knees of the batter Ploppert, and it's 2-0. Well, the only game going on in the PGCBL right now, game 1 of a doubleheader between the Mohawks and the Outlaws. It is 5-5 in the top of the 8th at Oneonta. So that's a good one. And these two teams will play twice today. Now a 2-0 finds his own. That's a strike. And Johnny Amato gets back on the count. Tyler Worth on deck. He hasn't been retired tonight. Ploppert's been out once, but also doubled. The 2-1 is in the air to right field. Smith saunters back and hauls in out number 2. So a couple of flyouts for Amato. Sets down the top 2 hitters in the lineup, and now it's Tyler Worth with 2 gone. A leadoff walk sometimes portends bad things for the pitcher, but 2 out, it's a good sign for Johnny. Here comes Tyler Worth. The one time he was out, to correct the fact that he hasn't been retired, the one time he was out, it was a sacrifice fly to score a run. That's in for a strike. Curveball 0-1. So the one time Worth was out, it was a run-scoring out. He walked back in the first. So no meaningless plate appearances for Worth so far. Batting third for Joe Matarazzo's Dragons. The 0-1. In there for strike 2, another off-speed pitch. And Amato has Worth. Tyler Worth in an 0-2-0. Hoover stuck at first. Amato delivers to the plate. Did he offer? Check over at first. Not in time. They say he did not swing. The appeal to first base says Worth checked his swing on a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1-2 now. Derek Diaz waits on deck. He wants to hit in this 5th. 2 out and 1 on. The 1-2 from Amato coming. And he gets a swing and a ground ball up the middle. A beautiful slide by Peritano, and he flips it to Fleshner for the force out at second base. Scoreless inning for Amato. We're through 4.5. Glens Falls up 2-0. We're back for the bottom of the fifth. Glens Falls 2, Blue Sox nothing, but attempting to score. In their home half of the fifth inning, they've got Tomei, then Levine, and then Madison to hit against R.J. Ensel. R.J.'s been excellent. Fielded a great bunt by Connor McCartney back in the third to prevent the runners moving up to second and third, and that was key to third inning ending up scoreless for the Blue Sox. Furthermore, 3 hitters have been retired via strikeout for Ensel, so we can have that filthy stuff as well. Here comes Tomei. He's one of those hitters that's struck out. Came in the swinging variety back in the second. DH leads off this inning for the Sox. Down a pair. Rolls one over to third base and foul. The 0-1 pitch is snapped in a little high. 1-1 the count. Infield is way back against a dangerous hitter. The 1-1 offering is rainbowed into right center field, and that ball drops into the alley. Past the glove of Robinson, and a leadoff double for Tomei to begin the bottom of the fifth. So the Blue Sox cooking. That's their second hit of the game, first extra base hit. A 2-base knock for Tomei into the right center gap, and now it's Justin Levine. He flew out to center field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Blue Sox have their first run standing at second base in scoring position. Corners are Yankton, York, and Worth. First pitch is outside into the glove of Anthony Lino. Ball 1 from Ensel. And now a 1-0. Just a little bit wide of the mark. 2-0. That looked to be a strike from here, but benefit of the call goes Utica's way. Justin Levine at the dish. Up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Glens Falls up in the scoring 2-0. But now as the count runs to 3-0 on a pitch in the dirt, Blue Sox want to change the arithmetic in the middle of this game. Tomei at second, none out. (3-0) to Levine. That's high for ball 4. And it's a 4-pitch walk issued to Justin Levine. And so up to 54 pitches now, so see how long he stays in. As members of the infield confer with the pitcher. Ethan Madison is past the on-deck circle waiting to hit. Number 15 looking to see, is it over? Yes, it is. So now I can get into the box. Ethan reached base on an error to lead off the third inning.
The catcher for 15, Ethan Madison.
So Levine takes a base on balls, his 6th walk of the year. The base runners are at first and second. Count 1-0. And so having trouble throwing strikes in this inning. He's thrown 5 straight balls after giving up the double. There's a strike. Evens up the count 1-1. Levine got a hit the last time these two teams faced off. Can he get a big hit here to likely score a run? A 1-1 is waved at and missed. Excuse me, Levine's on base. It's Madison at the plate. But Levine did reach base here. Madison did not start the last time these two teams played, but Ethan's been a larger force in the lineup since then. 2 on, none away. Count 1-2 in the 5th. Dragons up 2-0. Andrew Johnston waits on deck. Madison takes a breather outside the batter's box, and after that timeout, puts his right foot back in and settles his left in front of his right. Ensel, after leaning in, is ready with a 1-2 pitch to Madison. Dropped low and blocked by Lino, 2-2. Blue Sox coming off a 4-3 defeat to Boonville after they swept Saugerties, but Blue Sox attempting to rise up the standings to the 4th spot in the division if they win. So, Sox attempting to take 3 out of 4 in this recent stretch, but trailing 2-0 to Glens Falls. 2-2 pitch is a base hit into left field. Tome gets the wave around third. Here comes the throw from Barmer. It's high to the plate. A run scores. Madison is into second base after an RBI hit. Plates a run for the Blue Sox. It's now 2-1. Levine advances to third on the throw. Madison in scoring position as well after his single. So the Blue Sox still have not gotten out yet in this 5th, and they have the tying run at third, go-ahead run at second for Andrew Johnston. So Ensel in some trouble now. Ball 1. Infield is pulled in as far as you can get. Worth, Hoover, Vega, and York left to right on the infield. All ready to field anything. Hit in front of them. They count 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch from Ensel. Battered over towards third and out of play. A double, followed by a walk, and then an RBI single has put the Blue Sox in their best position to tie the game than at any point prior. Ensel's 1-1. Hacked out and missed, 1-2. 2-1 Glens Falls with the Blue Sox at the go-ahead runs in scoring position. McCartney's on deck, Johnston at the plate. One-two to Andrew. Away from the batter, ball 2. Into the mid of Lino as he dipped his left shoulder to field that ball and prevent it from being a wild pitch, which would tie the game. So the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 to Johnston. On the corner, ball three. Just missed from Ensel. He's already walked a batter in this inning. Came on 4 pitches to Levine. Justin's now at third. Madison at second. A walk would load up the bases. 3-2 to Andrew Johnston. The pitch. Nubbed on the ground to second base. Vega throws over to second and got the tag out. Madison is out. Glens falls, does it again, and erases a runner in scoring position. They did that against Smith, who was at third base earlier in the game. So Vega tricked Ethan Madison at second base. That now puts the runners at first and third. Here comes Connor McCartney. RBI shot to tie the game. Still there for him at third. First pitch to Connor. Taken low, ball one. Ensel's command has not been there in this inning. He's up to 66 pitches now, so see how long it takes for Joe Matarazzo to go to his bullpen. Pickoff attempt over to first. Not there. R.J. Ensel checks the runner at first. 2 on base with 1 gone in the 5th. And a 1-0 pitch is hit into center field. Robinson closes and makes the catch. Here comes the tag up from third. The bouncing throw to the plate is late, and the game is tied on a sac fly by McCartney. Levine touches home, and the Blue Sox have plated 2 in this 5th inning to knot the score at 2. So Johnston is at first. 2 out now. For the top of the order, and Michael Flashner. After the sac fly from Connor McCartney, evens the score at 2. So Ensel's given up the lead in this 5th inning. And Flashner ropes a first pitch base hit to center field. So the speed of Flash is on the base paths. Now Caden Fry is up.
The extra hitter, number 14, Caden Fry.
So now the go-ahead run is at second in Johnston. Here he's on a fielder's choice. Flashner at first. Infield's back. Vega is playing on the bag, though. That's a first pitch strike. Ensel trying to get out of this inning just in a tie game and give the Dragons offense a chance to take the lead back in the top of the 6th. Here comes the 0-1 to Fry. Grounded to Hoover. He throws to Vega to second for the force out, and that ends the 5th inning. But the Blue Sox put 2 runs on the scoreboard. The game is tied heading into the 6th. Back for the top of the 6th. Morgan Spriggs bringing you Blue Sox baseball against the Glens Falls Dragons. Derek Diaz leads off for the visitors. Now in a tie game for the first time since it was scoreless. It's 4, 5, and 6 for Glens Falls. Johnny Amato in once again for his second inning of work, and the first pitch curves low, ball 1. So the only game going on other than this one in the PGCBL right now, other than a couple of exhibition games the Muck Dogs and Pilots are playing, is Amsterdam and Oneonta, their doubleheader. Now the 1-0. In for a strike on a checked swing. Game 1 of the doubleheader is in the bottom of the 8th. Outlaws are tied with the Mohawks 6-6. So Oneonta with the best chance to break Amsterdam's 13-game win streak. The 1-1 is lined to right field and foul. Sun setting to my left. Periwinkle sky illuminating over the mound and the diamond. Beautiful night for some baseball in Utica. The 1-2 pitch is poked into right field. Down the line, and an excellent catch made by Smith in right for the first out. Xavier playing right for the first time all season. Makes it look easy there as he closes on that pitch and drops his glove for the put away. Here comes David York. 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch in the first and struck out in the third against Mikey first. Now against Johnny Amato. Grounded and barely foul outside the bag at third. 0-1. That probably would have been a double at least if it was a few inches to the right. The 0-1 from Amato. Drops low, 1-1. Beautiful June evening. Last Monday of June. Here at the U. Donovan Stadium at Murnane Field, Glens Falls and Utica in an Eastern Division bout. One pitch. Tried to check, and he did. 2-1. Two-one pitch is away. Madison travels a lot of ground to catch that. 3-1. Getting into the thick of the game now. Tied at 2. Got a good one. Once again between Glens Falls and Utica. 3-1 pitch. It swung on and missed on the breaking ball. 3-2. Amato trying to get his first strikeout of the game. Has an opportunity now with 2 strikes, but 3 balls. So he's got to throw a really good pitch here to David York, dangerous hitter. Here comes the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. David York fans for the second time tonight, and there's 2 gone in the visiting 6th. So thank you next. Goodbye, York. And now Tay Robinson is the hitter.
Center fielder number 20, Tay Robinson. Again,
Robinson singled and scored in the 4th on a sac fly by Anthony Lino. Grounded out to Justin Levine at third, his first time up in the top of the 1st. So None on, 2 out. First pitch is low, looking for a chase. It doesn't come. 1-0 from Johnny Amato. No home runs hit yet in this game. York hit 2 bombs last time these two teams played, including a granny. The 1-0. Darts in, and the count ups to 2-0, further in Robinson's favor. Caden Barmer's on deck. Robinson has hit a home run on the season. He has 1, along with Leno and Worth. McKillop and the aforementioned York have 2. The 2-ball pitch is hopped and picked at third base. The throw over to first is skittered in time by Justin Levine. And Amato works a 1-2-3-6. Blue Sox trying to take the lead in the bottom of the inning when we return. To the home sixth we go. R.J. Ensel still on the bump, facing the Blue Sox offense, who plated 2 last inning. 70 pitches for Ensel, so he's getting up there in the pitch count department. So see how long he goes, if he can make it through this 6th, or if the Blue Sox will knock him out. Anthony Peritano bats first in the 6th for the Sox. He is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 1st and then grounded back out to the mound in the 4th. So while the Blue Sox have had 3 pitchers, Glens Falls just 1. Same level of effectiveness. We're tied at 2. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Peritano, as said multiple times, has that power. Can slap one over the wall with ease. Now would be a great time for that in an even game. The 0-1 from Ensel is missed, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch in on the hands, and he spoiled it foul to the left side, 1-2. Anthony back in the box. Count 1-2. Ensel waits, then delivers. Way outside. 2-2. The count evens up in the bottom of the 6th. First batter, Peritano, trying to get on base. Fouls one off this time to the right side. Now the 2-2 again is into the other batter's box. The ball strike count fills up 3-2. Both games going on in the league tied up. This one 2-2 with Paratano hitting in the 6th. 3-2. Popped up along first, and no play for York. So a pesky at bat for Anthony Paratano, several foul balls, and as the stadium lights flip on, we'll do another full count delivery. R.J. Ensel's pitch count climbing with every release. X-Man on deck. But the power of Paratano at the plate. Another 3-2 pitch coming up. And here it is. Lashed along third, just foul. And what an at-bat for Paratano. Coming up is the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Paratano v. Ensel. Infield is back. Outfield at normal depth, if slightly to the right. 3-2 again. Another one foul. This time right around home plate. We'll do 10 pitches at least. His pitch count has reached double figures now. So Ensel's really laboring, trying to get Paratano out, and Anthony continues to push him to the brink and foul off pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch. High for ball 4. And on a 10-pitch at-bat, Paratano works a walk to lead off the home 6th. Excellent at-bat for Paratano, one of the best we've seen all year. Here comes the X-Man, Xavier Smith. He is 0 for 1, struck by a pitch in the 2nd, and then struck out in the 4th. So the run to take the lead is at first base now. See if the X-Man can give it to you and give the Blue Sox the lead. First pitch from Ensel is skied into deep center field. Robinson races back, looks up, and the ball flies over his head. That's a double for Smith. The X-Man with a first pitch wallop into center for 2 bases. Paratano advances to third. It looked like Tay Robinson had a chance to catch it, but it kept flying and flying and flying, and it finally dropped over his noggin. The bullpen door swung open, and a member of the pitching staff for Glens Falls was making his way out there, and then one of the coaches signaled, get back there, which means Ensel's still on the mound. Interesting. So see if that works or not. RJ facing Sweeney here. So bullpen activity for the Dragons, but they don't bring him in.
Center fielder, number 17, Jack.
Ensel is the starter. He's pitched since the beginning. And now Jack Sweeney with a chance to give the Blue Sox the lead. 2 in scoring position. A sacrifice could do the trick. Blue Sox tried to bunt 2 runners over in the 3rd inning, but McCartney did not place it correctly and got the lead runner out. And then Flashner and Fry were set down to end the 3rd. So it was the last time the Blue Sox tried a sac bunt, but they got a sac fly to work in the 5th. Connor McCartney did so. Jack Sweeney swings at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Paratano at 3rd, Smith at 2nd. Reached on a base on balls and a 2-base hit. Ensel set. Right-handers 0-1 is high. 1 ball and 1 strike now. One pitch. Grounded near third and past the first base coaching box. 1-2 to Sweeney. R.J. Tomei is on deck. He doubled in the 5th. Infield is tugged in. Outfield slightly deep. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball into left field. Base hit to give the Sox the lead. An RBI single for Jack Sweeney, scoring Anthony Peratano. And then the Blue Sox are up now 4-2 on some chaos. Wow. The throw was airmailed at first base, and it's 4-2. So the Dragons shoot themselves in the foot and cost themselves 2 runs on 1 play. The error to first plates the second run. We have a pitching change. We'll come back with a new hurler on the mound for the Dragons. We're back, 4-2 Blue Sox, as they took advantage of some less than stellar Glens Falls defense as the throw to first after the fielded base hit scored a run got away. And it was really behind the play, so everybody was celebrating, and then just a bad throw to first scored another. It felt just after the play like the single had already concluded, but R.J. Tomei is up and facing a new pitcher. And who is that pitcher, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's Tad Andrea. Tad DeAndrea with a 15.12 ERA. He has an 0-2 record in 2 appearances, both starts. So coming in relief for the first time this season. And DeAndrea with nobody on and a runner on at second, which is Sweeney. Here comes Tomei up.
Designated hitter
walking up to MJ's bad. So MJ was bad. Can Tomei be good and deliver an RBI hit? Tomei 1 for 2 with a double. DeAndrea with his first pitch. In the air, deep to left field, and down the line, it is foul. Oh, and 1 after a loud first pitch strike. Swing a little miss time for Tomei. Count 0-1. And the 1-strike pitch now. He's in there for strike 2. Justin Levine's on deck. He will hit in this inning. Blue Sox have scored 4 unanswered in a game they really want to win to climb the standings in the East. Now a batter timeout. Or actually, it's going to be a catcher conference. Anthony Lito talking with Tad DeAndrea. Lino seems satisfied with what he relayed to his pitcher. Count, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is blocked in front by Lino and no advance from second. So now 1-2. DeAndrea leaning in. Now set. 1-2 pitch. Nicked and fouled. Still 1-2. Tomei stays alive in the at-bat. Count still 1-2. Sweeney at second. Done gone in the 6th. Sky-high pop along first. Does York have room in foul territory? And he drops it! Nick York had a gift-wrapped first out, and he couldn't make the catch. So see if that costs the Dragons. New lease on life for Tomei. I mean, that was a routine play and won't go down as an error simply because it wasn't in fair territory. So 1-2 still. And the pitch, high fly, left center, Robinson dives, and he makes the catch acrobatically. The throw to third is not in time. Sweeney moves up 90 feet. That ball just kept drifting and drifting and dragging center fielder to his right, but the catch was made eventually. So it is a productive out for the Blue Sox. It means that Justin Levine can get a sacrifice and add on another run. It's 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Blue Sox have put up all their runs in the last 2 innings to go from down 2-0 to up 2. Justin Levine, the batter. First pitch low, 1-0. Sweeney dancing down the line at third. And Jack's got to be careful here because Smith was picked off at third base earlier in this game at that bag, so got to be careful. Count 1-0. The pitch is low again, and another sprawling stop by the backstop. 2-0. And those plays by Anthony Lino are so important because a wild pitch gives Sweeney an opportunity to race home and score a run. 1 out and 1 on. DeAndrea with a pitch. Fought off and fouled to the right side. 2-1. Ethan Madison is on deck. Blue Sox have not had a rotten at-bat in the bunch in the 6th inning. Paratano walked, then Smith doubled. Sweeney scored 2, 1 indirectly on his single, and then Tomei advanced a runner on a fly out to center. That runner is Sweeney, and he's at third. The 2-1 pitch is just off the corner, ball 3. And now another at-bat trending in the Blue Sox favor. Levine, 1 ball away from taking a walk and putting 2 on base for Madison. Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. So the count full, bases 1/3 full. DeAndrea ready. Right-handers pay off. Shattered bat, roller to third. Checked on the runner going home, and the hopping throw to first is in time, but that scores a run. An RBI ground out for Justin Levine, plating Sweeney. It is 5-2. So we witnessed a death of a bat on that RBI ground out. Wood split in 2 and fragmented. But did get a run home for the Blue Sox. They're up 3 runs. Here comes Ethan Madison now. And a reminder that a lead like this isn't safe against Glens Falls. The Dragons came back down 4 in the 9th inning last time these two teams met. So the Blue Sox really want to try and add on here. So with 2 out and none on, it's Madison now. He's reached base both times. He's come up. Last time he did so on a single in the 5th. So 2nd inning in a row that Ethan Madison has taken his turn. As the pitching is unraveled for Glens Falls after the 4th. First pitch bounces low, 1-0. Now the 1-ball pitch is in the air and foul. Just sky high pop fly. So what's interesting about that York missed pop out in foul territory is it does cost a run. Because if Tomei popped out in foul ground, there would be likely no chance for Sweeney to advance because that was so shallow. And then the ground out by Levine would not have scored a run. So keep that in the back of your mind if this game gets close in the end. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. So defense proves important again. Again, it doesn't go down as an error because it was in foul ground, but it was basically an error for David York. Don't want to hammer on him too much, but that was an out that needed to happen for Glens Falls. It didn't. 1-2 pitch is low and away. Andrew Johnston's on deck. The Blue Sox have played excellent defense for the most part in the game, just that one error. It was a close play at first, that throw that was ruled an E. 2-2 pitch is flown into right field. David York, no play. Pitching has had some great moments, including first, straining 2 in the third, and Johnny Amato pitching scoreless innings. And then the offense has came alive in the fifth. Just every at-bat has been really good by the Blue Sox. And it all started with that 10-pitch at-bat for Paratano in the sixth. That really set the tone after he walked to lead off this inning. 2-2. Outside ball 3. Another good at-bat, this time by Madison. Just Utica knows how important every game is, especially every home game that you can play at Donovan Stadium. And they want to win as much as they can heading into the month of July. And they lead 5-2 right now. Now the 3-2. And it hits them on the back. And the inning continues. So Ethan Madison wears one on his nameplate. So a 2-out HBP brings up Andrew Johnston. So the Blue Sox have been really rounding into form in this game, while the Dragons have come apart. Glens falls at 7-14, lost close to Amsterdam, but sitting in last in the East. Dragons do the Blue Sox number a little bit. But Utica has turned the tables in this game. 5-2 the game. Runner takes off. First pitch low. The peg to second in time. And another caught stealing thrown by Anthony Lino, and that ends the frame. But the Blue Sox take the lead in the sixth. Final 3 innings of regulation from Donovan Stadium at Murnane Field. We're in the 7th inning, and Johnny Amato is still on the mound, working his 3rd inning, and he's been excellent. Back-to-back 1-2-3 frames in the 5th and the 6th, including a strikeout of York in the prior inning, and Johnny will get 7, 8, and 9. Barmer, Lino, and Bartel.
Left fielder number 10, Caden Barmer.
Here comes Caden Barmer. He has walked and hit a sacrifice bunt. So Barmer gets on base. He's one of the biggest stolen bag threats. 8 swipes on the year. Highest on the Dragons. First pitch of the inning from Amato is zoomed in for strike one. Thank you so much for watching tonight, wherever you may be, on this beautiful Monday evening. If you're rooting for the Blue Sox, treated to a great product. On the field, 5-2 Utica, trying to win 3 out of 4. And the 0-1 is also a strike. Another fastball from Amato, who's looked excellent in relief. The Blue Sox pitchers haven't always had an easy ride. Bailey walked several to start out his game, but what has been really encouraging about this squad, in there for strike 3. Down he goes on 3 pitches. It's not only pitches like that for strikeouts that make this squad so filthy on the mound. It's also that they know how to limit the damage. Only 2 runs on the board when there's been a lot of innings, especially early, with traffic. What really matters is the score, and the Blue Sox pitchers have been excellent in that. And now that Amato's gotten his feet wet in the game, he's been mowing him down. 7 up, 7 down. Barmer down on the backwards K, and here's Anthony Lino. And so as there's ball 1, and so if the Blue Sox can get this pitching the rest of the season, they can go a long way, especially how great their offense is. Lino 0 for 1. Sacrifice fly in a double play. The 1-ball pitch is a little bit too low. 2 balls and 0 strikes. Billy Bartell on deck, and then it'll be Shane Hoover. The 2-0 swung on and fouled back. To correct myself in the 5th, there was a base runner for Amato. It was a leadoff walk to Hoover, but then the next 6 batters in the 5th and 6th for Amato were retired. 2 flyouts and a ground out in the 5th. But basically spotless for Amato. 2 1/3 innings of scoreless work. Grounded and foul. 2-2. Amato eyeing back-to-back Ks. Can he get it here on a 2-2 pitch? He can! Wave and a miss. Down he goes. Anthony Lino strikes out swinging, and there's 2 gone in the 7th. Here comes Billy Bartell. Swinging a foul, tip in the mitt. Amato, just 1 base runner since the 5th after he came in to relieve first. The 0-1 is away from the batter. 1-1. Trevor Bailey went 2 1/3. And first came in 1 2/3. Swing and a miss. That's 1-2. Chance to strike out the side. Line drive caught by Peratano for out number 3. And once again, Amato making quick work of an inning. 1-2-3. Down goes Glens Falls in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the inning, 5-2 Blue Sox. We're back in the bottom of the 7th as the Hot 100 #1 song brings us to a new pitcher. Andrew Johnson is facing Alex Kerr in the home 7th. Well, the pitcher Alex Kerr has made one appearance. It did not go well. He gave up 5 hits and 6 earned runs, so trying to have a better second appearance for the Dragons and keep this game where it is at 3 runs. So, second inning of work for Kerr this year. Andrew Johnston leads off. He was hitting when the caught stealing occurred in the 6th. First pitch is fouled over to the right side. It'll be 9, 10, and 1 for the Blue Sox. They want to make sure that they're only going to hit in the 7th and 8th and close it out in the 9th and head into tomorrow winners. Slow pitch for strike 2. Now the 0-2 in there for strike 3. And Johnston doesn't like the call, but he's rung up. To number 10 in the lineup, Connor McCartney. Connor has had a sacrifice bunt, though it didn't move both runners over. It was a fielder's choice on the bunt, and then sacrifice fly that did score a run in the 5th. First pitch, strike 1. So 4 pitches for Kerr, all strikes. He's looked improved so far after his first outing. The 0-1, that's ball 1. So first ball of the inning. Checking to see if there's updates from Utica and Amsterdam. Right now, the score that I'm looking at has been frozen in the 8th inning, tied. Squibbing ball to the mound. The underhand toss is handled for the out by York. So 2 very quick outs for Kerr in the 7th. So if I get any update on that Outlaws Mohawks game, I will be sure to share it with you, given how important it is to the Eastern Division. Amsterdam with a 13-game win streak, and Oneonta all tied up in the standings with the Blue Sox. Right below them at 7 and 11. Blue Sox 8 and 12, but trying to go to 9 and 12 with a win. Here's Michael Flashner with 2 gone and none on. Following the ground out to the mound. Flashner lined a base hit his last time up, and he lines one this time foul. 0-1 to begin this AB. Another one foul. 0-2. So a couple of spoiled pitches for Flashner. And Kerr attempting to work a 1-2-3 inning. Now the 0-2 from Kerr. Poked at and foul. So 3 pitches, all fouls for Flashner, and he stays alive here. Fry in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 pitch is popped up into left center field. Robinson gives way for Barmer, who makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the 8th, 5-2 Utica. We are back in the top of the 8th. 5-2 Blue Sox lead and a new pitcher for Utica. Coming on to walk-up song Motley Crue, Live Wire. Excellent choice, by the way. Joey Kafka. 4th appearance on the year. He is not allowed a run in 7 innings. 1 win, no losses. 6 strikeouts to just 2 walks. And a first pitch ball 1. So Kafka on to work the 8th and maybe the 9th if he can be effective. Shane Hoover's the batter. 10-1 and 2 in the 8th. The 1-0 is way outside. 2-0. Hoover walked his last time up. He is 0 for 1. Two and 0. Swing and a miss. There's the breaking pitch. Waiting to see next time Kafka would come on ever since he last pitched. 3 innings of scoreless ball. There's a swing and a miss. He actually played the Dragons last time and came off the mound with the lead. And then Glens Falls offense took over. 2-2 is away, ball 3. And the count fills up. Statistically in that game, Kafka just gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout to open the 8th. Hoover is done, and 3 of the last 4 Glens Falls batters have gone down on the K. To the top of the order, Rene Vega. He's walked twice, scored once, and flown out to left till his last time to the dish in the 5th. Now batting in the 8th. 5-2 lead for the Blue Sox, and their pitching has really been revelatory tonight. Because it shows they're playing at their best right now and riding into form, just like we saw CJ say in the 3rd. They know what they got in front of them. They have an opportunity to make the playoffs again. They know that they're a better team than maybe some of their games earlier in the year, but they're playing their best baseball now. It's now 1-1. And you can see the team continuing to gel and play better and better baseball, even with 3 players at new defensive positions than any time in any game this year. They've been effective. Fly ball to left field, caught for the out. 2 gone. So Vega's done, another F7 for him, and now here comes Ploppert. He's 1 for 3. Lone hit a double in the 3rd, but couldn't score. His last at-bat was a fly out to center, where Jack Sweeney is. Sweeney's been great in center field. He has a kind of arm that can span the field. That's a line drive to first base, and what a catch! Andrew Johnston on the dive. Who says he's never played first? He looks natural. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Blue Sox up 3. Back for the bottom of the 8th. Blue Sox want to make it the last inning that they hit. Caden Fry leads off for the Sox. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Fry, Paratano, and Smith hitting. Blue Sox have only scored in 2 innings. 5th and the 6th. First pitch is a bunt attempt down the line, and it goes foul. 0-1. Keaton Fry trying to reach base small ball way. The Blue Sox, 2 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th. That's all they've needed so far. Glens Falls, 1 run in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. The 0-1 is dropped in for a strike on the lower corner. 0-2. Fry looking for his first hit on the game. He is walked and been caught stealing, and then grounded out twice. O2 is fouled along the right field line, over the dugout. Clear night sky in June. 9:27 right now, so we're nearing 3 hours, but this game has been relatively brisk. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, struck him out. So a swinging strikeout for Fry and for Alex Kerr. He's looked very good. 4 up, 4 down since he came in the 7th. Now it is Anthony Paratano. He led off the 6th with a walk his last time up, and that walk was more than just a regular walk. It was a 10-pitch at-bat that led to a Blue Sox avalanche in the 6th where they took the lead. That walk set the tone. First pitch. In there for a strike. Paratano, I mean, he can hit the ball hard, that's true, but he's more than just a one-tool player. We saw the patience with the bat. And he's excellent at shortstop, too. Don't forget that. The 0-1. Jumped in for ball 1. Because that at-bat in the 6th, or plate appearance, to be more correct, just foul after foul after foul. Grinding down R.J. Ansel. The 1-2 pitch is nicked foul behind home. Actually, it was on DeAndrea that was getting worn down. Ansel was already out, so correction on that. But still, the fact remains the same. DeAndrea was tired by the time he got further down the lineup and faced Smith, who doubled off him, and Sweeney, who singled off him. 1-2. Another foul ball. So Paratano's doing it again, staying alive in the count. X-Man on deck. 1 for 2. Kerr ready. And another 1-2 is way outside, 2-2. Ansel went 5. DeAndrea followed for a full inning. And now here's Kerr working his second. And a 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Kerr, who looks like a different pitcher than when he first appeared and had a 54 ERA. That ERA is precipitously dropping with every out, I'll tell you that. Here comes the X-Man. 2 out, none on. Late going in the bottom of the 8th. Fireworks overhead. First pitch is a pop-up. York, foul ground, reaches out. It drops in front of him. 0-1. Of course, we're nearing the 4th of July, Independence Day, America's 250th birthday. So I'm sure fireworks will be plentiful across central New York and across the entire country. So the fireworks I'm seeing over the scoreboard throughout this last inning or so continue to be prevalent this week. It's 0-2. Curveball in for strike 2. Alex Kerr looking great. Joe Matarazzo's got to be encouraged with the way he's performed. One and two as a fastball misses away. Slashed and foul, and we'll do another 1-2. Blue Sox coming off a 1-run loss to Boonville a couple days ago, but in prime position to pounce and bounce back. They win tonight. They've won 3 out of 4. Through the hole, a base hit. Past the diving Hoover. So the Blue Sox aren't done hitting. 2 out single for Smith. Brings up Sweeney, trying to bring the knockout punch to the plate here. One more big hit could put the nail in the coffin for the visitors. In the current league standings, through 8 innings, they call the Outlaws Mohawks' first game a tie. Through 8 innings. So they're playing game 2 right now. The game was stuck in the bottom of the 8th for a moment, and then they just officially ruled it a tie. That's outside for a ball. So Amsterdam's now 18-4-1, and so their winning streak is officially snapped at 13, but their non-losing streak is still going at 14. Outlaws are now 7-11-1. In there for a strike. And Alex Kerr shining on the bump still, though he has given up a single in this inning. Count 1-2. The pitch. Runner holds. Foul tip. Struck him out. We go to the 9th. 5-2. Utica. We're back for the top of the ninth. Down to their final 3 outs. The Glens Falls Dragons trailing 5-2. It is Tyler Worth and Derek Diaz and then David York. 3-4-5 hitting against Joey Kafka, still with a 0 ERA on the year. Meaning nobody scored on him. 1-0 on the first pitch in. Worth has walked, hit a sacrifice fly, grounded out his last time up. That's nipped along home and foul, 1-1. And it may have hit Madison on the way there. Everybody says he's okay. Three to tie, 4 to take the lead for the Dragons. The 1-1 is inside, ball 2. Blue Sox want to close it out and pick up their 5th home win of the year. That's fought off and foul behind the dugout of Glens Falls. So the count now 2-2. Infield's back, especially the middle. Outfield playing normally for 2-2. Right to Levine. Should be out number 1, and it is on the throw to first. So first pitch routine out. Make that first batter routine out. Tyler Worth is done. Here comes Derek Diaz. Two flyouts to right and an error. Diaz reached on. So 0 for 2. First pitch drops a little low, 1-0. Ground ball foul. It's 1-1. Kafka in control right now with the light blue top and white slacks. Going for the save. The 1 ball, make that the 1-1. Fouled away, it's 1-2. David York's on deck. He sure wants to hit with a runner on. So he's not the last man standing between the Blue Sox and a dub. The 1-2. Checked his swing on ball 2. So the count's even at 2-2 on Derek Diaz. Glens Falls pulled off a crazy comeback back on the 15th of June, down 4. Put up 5 in the 9th. So the threat is there to do it again. The Kafka trying to shut the door down. The count's now full on a ball low. 3-2. Diaz has not walked on the day. Levine, another nice pick at third. His throw is in time to first for the out again. So a couple of 5-3 putaways, and the last hope for Glens Falls is David York in the 9th.
First baseman number 38, David York.
As we reach the final batter, York waits for the first pitch. Strike 1. Fastball in the center. This game nearing 3 hours in duration. Now 1-1 on a curveball near the legs. So 1-1 now. Blue Sox have played some of their best baseball tonight. Hacked back towards the screen, and it's 1-2. And the Dragons are down to their very last strike. Blue Sox trying to finish off a comeback win, down 2-0. They've scored 5 unanswered. Can they shut the door here on a 1-2? Kafka buries it low, 2-2. No chase, and the game continues. David York's been shut down tonight in the batter's box. He hit 2 home runs last time the Dragons came to Donovan Stadium tonight. Just a hit by pitch and 2 Ks. Now the 2-2 is a swing and a fly ball out to left field, hooking. McCartney watches it, and it goes out of play. Looked good off the bat, but it just kept drifting over to its left. So the ball's trajectory finds itself foul, and we'll do another 2-2. Joey Kafka ends the game, inducing a swing and miss, and the ball game's over. The Blue Sox win it. A comeback victory for the Sox, 5-2 over Glens Falls. They've won 3 out of 4. And right now, sit in 4th place in the division. The Blue Sox take it by 3 runs. An excellent performance tonight, just some great baseball. And the record for Utica now 9-12. That's going to do it for tonight. Next game at home, July 1st against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Be sure to tune in at 6:45 with the broadcast beginning at 6:30. Once again, the final score, Utica 5 and Glens Falls 2. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your Monday night. I'm Morgan Spriggs saying so long from Donovan Stadium at Murnane Field. The Blue Sox take it over the Dragons.